What's up, family? This your favorite cousin, Rich. And I've been doing some real observation. I've known this for a while. We've known this for a while. But it's just the cherry on top. And what I'm speaking on is that BW, black women, at this point will be their own downfall. At this point. And the first reason why, or what really sparked it, is Sha'Carri Richardson. You know, the whole airport fiasco. And I just take a step back and I look and I say, this is something that's passed down over and over and over. And the sad part about it is it's embraced. And no matter what, they always find an excuse or some kind of sorry apologetic letter. But it's never heartfelt, it's never real, it's never followed up with change of action, no repentance, no nothing. So, a couple of reasons why I see this being widespread is the first thing that we always see is the lack of accountability. See, when an individual lacks accountability, it leads to repeated mistakes. Again, it leads to repeated mistakes over and over and over and over. And I feel like this is the biggest issue of why black men hate dealing with black women, is because the lack of accountability. You see, as being a man, you are forced to be accountable, whether you like it or not. You are forced to be accountable. The world makes you be accountable for your actions. There's no way, no escaping, no sympathy, no nothing. You are forced to as a man. But on the flip side, as a woman, you're not necessarily held to that same standard of being accountable for your actions. You know, it's different loopholes, back doors, sympathy that's given out. So it allows you to not be so upfront with your accountability. But I always say it to black men, and now this applies to black women. What other people do and what other people have access to, we don't. What other people can do, we can't. How other women can not take accountability and just slide on through life, y'all can't. Sorry to say. Because you don't got no foundation, you don't got no backbone, you don't got no people to support you. Yeah, you might have other black women to support you when you don't take accountability, but who's really backing them? You know, if you take that backing away from black women, how you gonna be supported from no community, no real community? The same thing that I tell black men, you know, build a community, build an ecosystem, build a foundation. Just in case if something happens, we have something to fall on. It's the same thing with you, because the same thing that you built on was given. It wasn't built, it was given. See, when you don't take accountability, it's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And what do we hear in the video with Sha'Carri Richardson? How could you do this to me, Christian? Not taking accountability. She faked taking accountability when she thought she ain't had no heat on her. But the moment shit got real, what happened? They willing to turn on you to save their own ass and no accountability. And this bleeds into no accountability is the groupthink that a lot of black women have and stand on. That whole groupthink mentality, one for all for one, not holding each other accountable for your actions, not calling one out. You see they doing something slimy, doing something greasy, doing something that's not righteous, y'all just let it slide. We gotta stop that. See, it'd be all cool when a black man, you know, hold the mirror up to other black men. We be with that. We be rah-rah, you know, when we call each other out, or we say what we need to do. Black men need to build a foundation. Black men need to do this. How black men was wrong. We love that. When we take that same mirror and we flip it around, oh no, they don't like that. Why not? Why not? Why is it so easy to point the finger at somebody else, and now when the finger get pointed at you, you don't want to look at it? But that whole group think mentality, everybody on the boat, that's gonna force y'all to sink. They don't do nothing for you. Not holding each other accountable. They don't do nothing for you. All y'all thinking on the same page. And it's the wrong page and the wrong book. You know, it's borderline insanity, to be completely honest with you. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And the results that you want deep down inside, you're not getting them. It's insanity. And I'm not saying all this to beat up or bash black women. I'm not saying that. I'm not doing that. I could do that totally different. This is just holding up a mirror. Because like I always say, when I step back and I say, well, damn, if there's no viable options for a black man like me to marry, I got to date out. Or if I have kids, who they date? They got to date out. We trying to have viable options who is black before we have that, before we forced to go date out. Before we forced to go date a Becky or Maria or a Sue Young. That's what we really saying. Another reason why black women will be their own downfall is their mating choices. Who you allowing inside of you is leaving DNA, is leaving trauma, is damaging you. You think it's just fun dealing with this nigga over here, this nigga over here. These niggas that you know you ain't got no future with. He having 5 other women over here. He over here cheating on you or doing whatever the case may be. He pouring toxins in his body. He living a toxic lifestyle, and you let him just slide up in you. And you think it's just fun. You think it has no consequences and repercussions. You know, they tell you practice sexual liberation. You can do what you want, screw who you want. Y'all don't see the consequences and the ramifications of it. That shit eats at your soul. Every nigga you let up inside of you that don't got good intentions eats at your soul. Every guy that you let up inside of you that has trauma himself, he's pouring that trauma into you. So why you think you feel different, act different, your mood is different every time you sleep with somebody who ain't righteous? Everybody who you sleep with somebody who ain't right in the head, who ain't doing right by life. Why you think you feel different? Why you think you start taking on the mannerisms of a man? It's because you don't let so many men inside of you. This is facts. This is the part that they're not willing to talk to you about. You think you can just have this partner, this partner, this partner, this partner, and turn around and get with a good guy. You can't bond with him no more. Because your expectations and how you've been imprinted is so damaged, it's so skewed that a regular guy and regular sex just ain't enough. Just ain't it. It ain't because there's something wrong with the guys out here. No, it's something wrong with you. It's because who you've been exposed to, who you exposing your body to, who you exposing your precious parts to. Another one is the inability to heal and grow. Again, the inability to heal and grow. We all have been through something, whether it's small or major. But these things that we go through, if we don't heal them, if we don't get through them, if we don't acknowledge them, you're going to be bleeding on people who never cut you. God could give you a blessing right now, and you could bleed all on that blessing because you're not healed. You could be repeating the same cycles over and over and over and over and over and over and over because you do not want to heal, because you do not want to do the shadow work. And I'm sorry to tell you, it's hard work. The more mud you find yourself in, is the harder it's going to be. But you have to understand that's what you have to do in order to heal your soul, in order to heal your spirit, in order to live your highest life, in order to live the life that God wants you to live. It's not impossible. And it's not hard work like going to the gym. No, it's inner spiritual work that you got to do. That inability to heal and grow is going to be the reason why you lashing out at everybody. The reason why you walk around got a bad attitude. The reason why you think everybody out to get you. Why you always say there's no good men. There are good men, they just don't want you. Because they see from a mile away you got a bad attitude. Your attitude speaks louder than your spirit. You know when they say some people's reputation enters the room before they do? That's a lot of black women. It's not beautiful. Why you think they have preconceived notions about black women? Because as a group, as a collective, y'all have not healed. And it's just like men. Don't point the finger and say whose fault it is. It don't matter whose fault it is. You have to do the healing. Because whoever fault it is, they're going to come heal you. You got to do the work if you want better for yourself. Next to last, having no viable mating partners. After you done, or after a lot of the black women are done dealing with the pookies and the bad boys, if that's the road that they choose to go down, they turn around and ask the age-old question, where the good men at? And all the good men gone. They either taken by another black woman who took them in when they saw how valuable he was, or he's dating out, or he ain't dealing with nobody. And you turn around and you want to start a family, you want to have kids, you want to grow with somebody, and there ain't nobody for you to be with. Who? There go my owl talk. Who? Ain't nobody for you to be with. All the viable mating options is gone. And y'all don't want to share. Y'all share the pookie, but you don't want to share the righteous man, so time to go to the adoption center and go get a cat. Because that's what it's coming down to. Like, that's why I really hate the group thing. That's why I really hate the media. That's why I really hate the stories that a lot of black women pass down. That you have time, you can do what you want, you can sleep with who you want. Because you really don't see how that takes time off your clock. And your viable mating options in the life that you could live or you want to live in the future, you can't do. See, it's like a toss-up. You either live the life that they propose to you now, and you can't live the life that you want to live in the future, or you make the sacrifices now, and you live the boring life now, and you get to live the life for the future that you really want. That's what they don't tell you. But there ain't enough black men to go around, and they all taken up. So you look around and you 25, 30, 40, 50. Where all the good black men at? Gone. They gone. Bye-bye. I said that was next to last, but I just blended the last one into that one. So, anyways, I hope this can help somebody. It's your favorite cousin Rich. Y'all be safe out there. Let me know how y'all feel about this. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.